Now welcome to this channel where we give now give update on waiting they happen for Biafran territory as the Prime Minister they declare Operation Typhoon, where they deal with the Islamic State of Nigeria soldier. Of the information with the ritual be say they don't grant 2 helicopters of the Zoo Army for Biafra land. And the Prime Minister they drop this update, make my listing.
Because of a lot of things going on background, and the result is always what you see happening everywhere. Yes. So when we are not available, there is something going on, and then at the end of the day, when the thing has been a birthday gift I have received, I thank you all. What is coming to Biafra, like I have promised before, that by the special grace of God, next week we are going to launch our Biafra satellite television and radio. Next week, everybody in Biafra land, you will start getting signals from the Voice of Biafra TV.
Good.
We'll be live on satellite, both on DSTV. For those who have dish, we'll be able to hook up to everything that the media team of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile will be doing. We'll make sure that 247, the Voice of Biafra, you are going to watch it in Sub-Saharan Africa entirely. Then, like I promised, Biafrans from the coast, all the states from the coast, part of Biafra, we will start immediately the installations of everything that you need, state by state. Make sure that every state from that area is fortified with required and necessary transmitters to receive satellite radio broadcast from the Biafrans that are going to be broadcasting through the Biafra Republic Government in Exile. So our satellite radio will be 247, and after that we will come down to the hinterland state. So this is what I'm going to do for Biafra people for this coming week. Should have been launched today, but it is always good to make it very well, you know.
Yes.
Meet that standard before. So today would have been the day to launch this TV and radio. But next week, by the special grace of God, we're gonna have the launching of this radio. So everybody should get ready for that. We are making a milestone breaking record. And like all of you have seen today, we shared a lot of articles, news, mainstream media from Finland. Many of you will not understand what has happened today. And maybe as time goes on, you will be able to understand the kind of history that Biafra has made today in Finland and beyond. When God says it is time, yes, no man can stop it. When we started, some media houses wrote all manner of rubbish against me. And even when we know that those things were wrong, we themselves know that those things were wrong, they wrote all those nonsense against me, thinking that that would demoralize me. Rather, it made me more stronger.
Yes.
To continue to do the undoable.
Yes.
Until when God said they will correct it. That doesn't move me because I know one of the biggest challenges of freedom fighters has always been blackmail.
Mm-hmm.
The government you are fighting will always blackmail you. They will always project you to be the most wanted terrorist in the world. But if you stay clean and stay on the course and you know what you are doing, at the end of the day, you'll be victorious.
Yes.
It will always be difficult, but at the end, you are going to win.
Yes.
Every freedom fighter, every people that have gotten their independence through struggle, whether it's by arms struggle or by political means, it has always been like that. And sometimes, a lot of people may not stand the pressure that comes with the government-sponsored blackmail and propaganda, and they give up. I have one mission in this life. It is to be recognized as one of those who liberated Biafra and brought civilization to Africa. Because Biafra will be the beginning of civilization in Africa. And with the resources we have, little resources we have as a government in exile, with the strength we have put so far, that will show you where we are going.
Yes.
If we happen to have independence, control our resources, bring the type of leadership and state structure we are looking for, believe me, you will know that Biafra will be the beginning of civilization in Africa.
Yes.
We want to change the system, how they see Africa people. We want to change that particular subjugation where no African country have visa free to Europe. While the resources that is being used to power the economy of Europe is coming from Africa. But there is no single Africa that have visa free to Europe. Brazil has nothing to offer other than agriculture. Brazil has visa free to Europe. Africa don't. Because the people that are leaders in Africa are non-entities. People that doesn't even know what international law means. People that don't know anything about international policy. People that doesn't know anything about how to play international politics. All they do is to go into power to make money for themselves and their families. They don't think about how to better the life of the citizens. They don't think about how to make the life of their citizens equal to those in the Western world. Equality is nothing to them. Even within their own country, they marginalize their own fellow citizens, turn them to second-class citizens in their own countries. Not to talk of fighting for your equal right elsewhere. So what we are bringing to the table is to make sure that as an African, first as a Biafran, you will be respected anywhere you go with Biafra passport in the world.
Yes.
We have the resources. They need us more than we need them.
Yes.
And for that reason, our brain will work for us. It is either you agree with our policy or you don't. We'll give you a condition, how we can do business with you, make us your friend, we'll become your friend. You benefit from what we have, we'll benefit from what you have. But you must learn to respect the citizens of Biafra.
Yes.
You must understand that what we are laying, the foundation we are laying today is the foundation to eradicate anything forgery. Unlike Nigeria, where forgery, the highest forger, takes it all. I want to tell a story of how Nigeria, Biafra genocidal war affected our people today. During the war, Nigeria blockade of Biafra cost a lot. And it is one of the catalysts to what we are going through today, especially on the issue of fraud in Nigeria. It started when one of the Biafra soldiers who was trying to evade recruitment, he forged a leaf and wrote the statement for himself, carved the stamp of the Biafra army, and put on those statements that he has been given a leave not to be recruited on description to fight against Nigeria. Upon presenting the document he forged by himself, they accepted him and gave him a leave. Maybe I will have to the survival con from many researchers, fraud and forgery in the Republic of Biafra. What I want to assure Biafra people today is that if you do not know your history, you are living like somebody without foundation. You must be able to know the past to be able to solve the present and prepare for the future. Over the course of the Nigeria-Biafra genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, many people in the secessionist Republic of Biafra, they call it at then, resorted to forgery to be able to survive. They also engaged in other form of fraud. You know, when I was telling Biafran people that the only problem that we Biafra people have today is caused by Nigeria. And the only thing that will solve that problem is the disintegration of Nigeria. When Biafra will pull themselves from Nigeria, the spirit of Nigeria will leave them. The reason being that everything you see happening today to Biafrans is being manipulated by the Nigeria state system. The system is evil. The system is designed to breed criminals. The system is in a way that without crime, you can never make it in Nigeria. So it is not just about the Biafra war. But let me share this a little bit short history. The form of fraud to survive in the dire condition created by Nigeria blockade. So Nigeria blockade of Biafra created a lot of things that are happening to our people today. It is not just about this fear of, oh, did you know the history of war? Were you there? Did you know what went? Because you know, it was well planned that after this war, they will use the fear mantra to try to subjugate every Biafra. When they say, do you know what happened in the war? As if it is only us that have fought war twice. Everybody will say, oh, you know, people died. Is that what you want to go into? My people, they have failed. So the condition created by Nigeria blockade, forgery of passes and the other document fraudulent commercial transactions, and elaborate scam involving impersonation, racketeering become common in Biafra, intensifying as the Biafra government ability to enforce the law diminished, using long neglected legal record from Biafra court to the tribunal and all that. The key word here, Biafra, Nigeria, welfare crime, law, fraud, violence, from this scholar. In October 1969, in the final month of Nigeria, Biafra genocidal war, somebody called Arnold became a forger. Arnold was a 16-year-old deserter from the Biafra army and has fended for himself since being separated from his parents when the Republic of Biafra seceded from Nigeria in May 1967. Arnold, afraid of being conscripted again by the bands of soldiers that moved throughout what remained of Biafra then, he wrote up a pass for himself, saying that he was exempt from the military duty. He soon realized that forging passes could be valuable skills. Having no other means to support himself, he began making passes for others. He stole a leaf, a sheaf of letterhead from the Akpan Enin Divisional Office of the Biafra Army, and carved a rubber stamp reading officer of the Commander-in-Chief, Aba Paramilitary Operation. One of his customers was Emmanuel Imo, a nervous young man who paid Arnold to forge a conscription exemption for him. Imo was disappointed by the uncovering document that Mr. Arnold produced. And when Arnold demanded payment from Imo, Imo complained to a policeman. Arnold tried unsuccessfully to swallow the forged passes he has already done. As he was being arrested and partially chewed those papers were presented as evidence against him in the subsequent trial. Like most people who were convicted for fraud in Biafra, Arnold had no prior criminal record. He was found guilty on charges of subversion by the Biafra court. Here was the beginning of fraud you see today. It is not just about 20 pounds given to the Biafra people, but it was a struggle to survive, that you must do everything to survive. That was the bed of what you see today. And the evil people that did this in Nigeria will always tell you, oh, they are the people pushing drug. They did it, so you go into drug pushing. They are the people committing internet scam. It was planned, so you go into internet scam to survive. And that is why there has never been any president of Nigeria, anything within Biafra territory. It's either you survive, make money by yourself, or you die as a poor man. Today, when they arrest Okechukwu in Germany for drug, you will hear Okechukwu. They say, oh, these are Igbo people. They are the one into drug. They arrest Âmřed in Thailand for drug pushing. They say, oh, he's facing, they first of all announced the name. His name is Âmřed, Igbo. They will begin to publish it in Nigerian news media because they know these things that you don't know. The reason is for them to know that the thing they did is working. So you do not know what they have done to you and your lineage. And the only solution is Biafra. Biafra will create opportunity that Nigeria never give you. Biafra will create that particular opportunity for you as a Biafran to attain your potential and be productive to the society. Nigeria can never, until the disintegration, offer those who have served them the opportunity to attain their potential. Rather, they will create a policy that will make it difficult for you to strive as a person who have something to offer to society. You must go into crime to be able to have the opportunity to become something. Today, from the beginning, from the head to toe in Nigeria, without crime, you can't survive. From the president who went to school as a woman, graduated as a man from America, to the vice president who is not a Nigerian, who was the founder of Boko Haram, and today he is a president, is the vice president of Nigeria, to Akpabio, who was busy bombing pipeline and taking the contract as part of the NDDC to make money to become a senator and a governor. Today, he is the Senate president. And what is happening there? Fraud. Nigeria is a fraudulent country, terrorist country. They pad budget. And when you listen to them defending a padded budget, they will tell you, since they have been in this Senate, allocation for a certain department or sector of the economy has never been in the document of budget, in the budgeted document. So they have to hide it and pad it somewhere. And according to them, why is our own going to be different now? Because they have done it in the past, and that is the norms. It becomes a defense. And people are actually standing on the podium of their so-called National Assembly to speak this thing, to tell you it has been the norms. Why is it different now? And you know what? They fired the person who challenged them. That one is trying to be a good, they are Nigeria, and they fired him. They told him, Nigeria is not a country you are going to stay without crime. For you to continue to remain in the Senate, you must be committing crime with us. And the other person who is his friend, called Ndume, Senator Ndume, he said, I warned him. He didn't listen to me. Meaning that he warned this man not to go and start saying the truth. Because as a Nigerian they are, you are breeded to lie. What you are trained to do is to lie, do forgery, do fraud. Any day you want to say truth, you become the enemy. Just like this part of Biafra today, where you are as a part of the government, we started from autopilot. We were saying the truth, exposing the criminals. What did they do? Because these people are the Nigeria, they have Nigeria in their blood, and they were running IPOB and shouting Biafra. And when you see the truth, they say, no, don't say it. Some people even say, even if these criminals are not doing it right, they can never support Simon Ekpa. That is exactly what Nigeria has impacted in them. That is pure Nigeria spirit. It is exactly what is happening at the National Assembly. I want you to just check yourself and think about what I'm saying. What some people are doing in the criminals industry of IPOB Nigeria is exactly what is happening at the Nigeria Senate. Some people say, instead, I will follow Simon Ekpa truth. I will support the criminals. If something is happening, the other one say, instead you are going to say the truth, we are going to sack you, and remove you, and suspend you from the Senate. And I suspended him. So my people, those of you who are watching today for maybe something have touched you and you see the progress the government has made, I told you people, we are going global now. We have finished the work in Africa. We are going to the Middle East. We are going to the Gulf. We are going to Europe. We're already capturing Europe, and America is next. Our next big news probably will come from Asia or maybe from Arab world, because we want to tell them we are not against Muslims. We are not fighting war against Muslims. We are fighting against terrorists. And that is exactly what it is. So we are going to target the Arab world. We are going to target America to make sure that the message of Biafra spread across the globe. For those who wish to do business with Biafra government, we are ready to accept them. Like I have said, your enemy can never be my enemy. And whoever that is stretching the hand of friendship and fellowship to Biafra government, we are going to accept that friend. And if the friend is enemy of Europe, sorry, Europe. If the friend is enemy of America, sorry, America. That is exactly the way our own is going to be. We are not different from others who have done it in the past. So this is a hint. The earlier those who are thinking that they are on top of the world realize that we are not going to back down until Biafra come. And it is right time for them to throw their weight before we look at the other way around. The better for them. So I thank you all for this wonderful day. I will never forget this particular birthday. And hopefully by next year, the celebration will be different. I got Choco. Oko. I thank you. God bless all of you for your prayers, your wishes, your gift, and everything.
Thank you.
Another business say, if na know say Twitter na one application where every government agency for the world they use. Twitter and many social media, but Twitter they very powerful to pass message easily to people because the Western world believe more in reading things and getting updates. And Twitter they now this platform where if you post any kind of video, irrespective of how the situation of video be, Twitter go allow you. They know they hide something. Don't be like our own platform where they use here. We will not fit post some vital videos and pictures for because they could just slam our channels because of waiting with the propagate the gospel of Biafra. So see as Prime Minister the trend for there, Nasia, all the time the trend. Now the matter with day be this. For this matter, me I will drop my curtain now.